Hey, friends, welcome back to the podcast. We are in the middle of our 6-part summer series. This is part 3, where we are talking about the success mindset. After coaching overachievers in multiple industries across the board, there are certain thoughts and beliefs that overachievers particularly have that get in the way of you achieving your next health, body, or even career goals. One of my favorite things about the success mindset series is it's not just a series that applies for your next weight loss goal or your next body goal. It is a series that applies for your next general life goal. And that is the through line of everything that I do inside my orbit, whether it's here on the podcast, on my email list, or over on social media. One of my biggest takeaways in losing 60 pounds as a busy woman doctor multiple years ago is the skills that I learned in that journey have actually transferred over into how I run my entire life. And I think that that's worth calling out. Sometimes we go on a weight loss journey and we think that all we're doing is losing weight. But what really happens when you achieve your goals is you become a different person. You have to challenge a lot of your old beliefs. You have to change some of your habits. You have to overcome some real friction points, whether it's in your mind or on your calendar. And in the process of overcoming friction points and challenging your old ways, you start to become a different person. You start to build your toolbox of new skills. And for me, that is what has truly transformed so much of my life. The work we're doing together here on this podcast, or really anywhere in my orbit, is we help you achieve your next body goal, but we do so in a way that helps you feel better in real life. We have been talking a lot about developing and building $1,000,000 skills, which are skills that get put into your toolbox for life that transcend any one goal. As you build your toolbox of skills and you start to achieve the life you want, whether it's on the scale or off, the value that you get in that process and on the journey is priceless. Just to recap, if you haven't been following along in our summer series, I encourage you to pause today's episode, go back 2 episodes ago where we started with part 1, how to double your weight loss results this summer by letting go of all or nothing thinking. That was intended to be the foundational premise of this entire 6-part series. Part 2, which was last week, was talking about the when then mindset and how having any goal, whether it's a health or body goal or a career goal, means you have to disrupt your status quo. And a big part of the process there is accepting that there are going to be inconvenient moments along the way and to take action on your health habits even when it's inconvenient. Part 3, which is today's episode, is going to talk about what you deserve. I touched on this a little bit in last week's episode, but I wanted to flesh this one out completely because sometimes it's really hard to see. The concept and the mindset that I wanted to highlight today is the idea that you need to earn rest or earn taking care of yourself first. I'm saying that this is a kind of segue from last week's podcast episode because last week we touched on how overachievers particularly are used to being overgivers. You're likely someone that is very, very accustomed from a very young age to scanning the room and making sure that the people around you are comfortable and taken care of first. You might have gotten a lot of external praise or accolades for being a team player, for being the person that goes above and beyond, and you've gotten a lot of self-worth and value from those behaviors. You're someone that prioritizes your family, your community, your patients, your clients first before you even consider taking care of yourself, mind or body. This will be you if you think that you have to earn rest, that maybe you need to cross off more things on your to-do list before you can really give yourself a break. And you'll know that this is you if you feel a little guilty at the idea of taking care of yourself first. Now, on paper, it sounds really good. It sounds like you're just being a generous person and you're someone that really wants to contribute to your family unit, your career, or your community. But when you keep believing that you need to earn rest or that you need to earn taking care of yourself first, what ends up happening over time is you start to deprioritize yourself in small micro moments that over time has a real cost. A lot of times overachievers start to treat themselves almost like they're robots, but let's do the real math around this. When you keep believing you need to earn your rest or earn prioritizing yourself at the top of your list, over the course of days, weeks, and months, you start to create a lot of internal fatigue and slow building resentment. And while you think you might be really good at running on fumes, you're missing out on how good you could be if you were actually taken care of. Your immediate family, your career, your projects, your community, every single person that comes in contact with you is getting the less than optimized version of you. I want you to just sit with with that one. Perpetually deprioritizing yourself isn't actually an act of service. It's taking you out of serving at your highest level. The reason that this concept is part 3 is because we're building on the last 2 concepts. Taking care of yourself and prioritizing your health and body goals, your mental wellness, your actual rest on your calendar doesn't have to mean that other people in your life have to suffer. It's coming back to that all or nothing thinking that is so important to challenge. Here's the exercise that I encourage you to try this week. Rather than waiting to cross off your entire to-do list before you take care of yourself, imagine what would happen if you took care of your brain and body goals first. If you got enough high quality nutrition, enough rest, moments of joy outside of food and alcohol, really check in with how you would feel head to toe. And when you feel taken care of and your brain is actually rested, your body is taken care of, how would you show up in the workplace? How would you show up in your marriage or with your kids? Rather than running on fumes or making important decisions from the most fatigued part of your brain, your taken care of self is the one that gets to show up. I'm going to be honest, if you're someone that is used to being of service and deprioritizing yourself, this one concept can feel quite uncomfortable. If you have gotten a lot of your value and self-worth of constantly being of service, you will notice a discomfort in making a switch. But really check in. How would you show up in your personal life and in your professional life if you truly felt taken care of? Rather than resentment and fatigue running your life, you get to come into your career and your personal relationships from a place that is focused. You know those Friday night moments that we have after a really long week where we have basically been running 100 miles an hour, taking care of everyone else and putting out fires? We have the very common thought, I deserve a break. The reason that overachievers especially undo a week of weight loss wins between Friday and Sunday is because they're trying to squeeze in self-care. Imagine that you never had to do that again. I promise you, when you are taken care of head to toe, when you're prioritized and you have the identity and the mindset that you deserve to be taken care of, the best parts of you will get to show up in the rest of your life. And the beauty of this is people will be able to tell a difference. I encourage you to give yourself permission to practice this concept. And I want you to report back, send me an email, and let me know how it goes. Here's the caveat that I want to share in this episode. If you're someone that is used to doing it all, you're the go-to person at home and in your career, you might have taken on more responsibilities because you believe you're the only one that can handle some of these responsibilities. This is again the overachiever's MO. And while it might be true that you can do some things better than maybe the other people in your life, this is going to be the $1 million skill that is going to help you reach your next level. Learn how to train the people in your life to do certain tasks that don't require you. Delegate tasks that don't require you. Allow people to do B- work even though you might do A++. Learning how to delegate and train someone else to do something or saying no to something completely is a $1 million skill. Right now, overachievers are living under the mountain of tasks that we have taken on, and a lot of it is things that we have chosen to take on ourselves. Renegotiate and redecide your entire calendar. A lot of times the reason that overachievers take more on is because we want to control every element of the process, whether it's personally or professionally, but this is taking you out of taking complete control over your next health goal. So for today, start to recognize where you have felt some guilt at prioritizing yourself, where you've been waiting for your entire to-do list to be done to give yourself high quality rest and joy, and where you've been deprioritizing yourself to the bottom of your to-do list. Just remember that this has likely been a long-standing pattern for you for many, many years, and it has likely been rewarded with external praise, and you got a lot of value and self-worth from it. Keeping this pattern is keeping you fatigued, running on fumes, which means the best parts of you are not getting to show up in every other part of your life. The work is flipping the script and actually telling yourself, and this is the mindset, that you deserve to be taken care of first. And when you're taken care of, the best parts of you get to show up in your career and at home. This might mean saying no to things, delegating, and training other people to do some of the things that you have taken on. And that, my friends, can be uncomfortable. I hope you enjoyed part 3 of the 6-part summer series. If you're loving the podcast, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform and share this one with a friend. If you're loving the skills, strategies, and tools that you're learning here, I want to invite you to join my email list. My email list is where I share exclusive content that I don't share anywhere else, and email is one of my love languages, so I do send quite a few. You can join my email list over at burnstressloseweight.com/email. Drop your information and then head over to your inbox and make sure to check promotions. I hope you guys are enjoying this 6-part summer series as much as I am, and I will see you at the next one. Bye.